So you've been on your twin flame journey for a year, 2 years, maybe even 5 years or more, and you're wondering what is it going to take to finally come into union. Now, if you're somebody that's been on your healing journey, you've been integrating the lessons, anything that comes your way, you're focused on yourself, great. Keep going. Time is not an indicator of any outcomes on this journey. As long as you are focused on yourself, you are headed in the right direction. Now, if you haven't begun your healing journey, then this message is truly for you. The first thing you really want to understand about union with your twin flame is that union doesn't arrive because of how much time that has passed on this journey. It's not a reward for passing a 1 year, 2 year, or a 5 year mark. It happens because of your state of resonance. And that can only be achieved when you are, focused on alignment of your frequency. Almost think of it as having a radio station that you really want to listen to. Now, your desire for listening to that station isn't enough. Until you're dialed into the right frequency, all you're going to get is static. So if you're wanting to hear the right music, you have to be turned into the right station. And your twin flame journey is exactly the same way. So you really, really need to focus on your frequency, your inner alignment, so that you can move towards that frequency. And the key to getting there is your own healing journey. So bottom line here is your twin cannot heal, cannot come in for union until you have mastered your own healing journey. Now, another thing to really pay attention to is healing is going to vary for each individual. For somebody, you have a lot of healing to get through based on your own personal healing, your ancestral healing. This can take a year, couple of months, the earliest maybe 6 months, but it could also take you a couple of years. It could take 2 years. It could take 5 years. But if you're not focused on the healing, oh my God, it's going to take so much longer. And even then, union isn't guaranteed if you haven't mastered your healing journey. So you want to really focus on your own self. Think of this as you, and this is literally the chaser in the dynamic, regardless of if you're the male or female. You have the responsibility to lead in this connection. You are the one that has to master your healing journey first. It's almost like you being the one that has to build the bridge. Now, if you were just focused on time, this bridge is going to take a lot longer. But until you build that firm foundation of that bridge, your twin cannot cross over to meet you. So think of all that time, energy that you're wasting, focusing on when your twin's going to come back in and literally redirecting it to your own self, to your own inner alignment, to your own healing journey. Now, just remember that majority of what's needed on your journey to union is your effort and the correct effort. However, there is a final card to be played, which is not up to us. It is up to the divine, and that is divine timing. Think of it as you planting a seed, in the ground for it to grow. Now, don't pull on the sprout so that you can make this plant grow faster. That is not up to you. But you can water that seed. You can make sure that it's not blocked by any rocks. You can make sure that it gets the appropriate sunlight so that it can grow. The timing will not be up to you, but the effort will. And then eventually in time, that seed will grow. Just think of, all that you're doing as, what is necessary for union. Union is not waiting for you to suffer enough until it can finally be, yes, this person has, gone 5 years, they've still survived, let's give them union. That's not how this is going to work. However, it is waiting for you to be strong enough, whole enough, conscious enough so that you are stable enough for this union to really occur. So really, really focus on bringing all that energy and, effort back to yourself. Your own inner journey and union will take place in divine timing. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope this was helpful. God bless.